it's Ava and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. So I was thinking of video ideas for this week, and as I was thinking, I came across the idea to talk about how it was for me getting my permit. I just wanted to share my experience for anyone that's like around my age about to get theirs, or like anyone that already has theirs can like compare their experience to mine. Anyone that's younger can just know what to expect. So I turned 16 on January 3rd of 2022, which is this year. Yeah, no Sherlock. As soon as I turned 16, I was very excited to get my permit so that I could start driving as soon as possible. You would think the process to make an appointment to go take your permit test would be, you know, one phone call, very easy, stress-free. For other people, maybe, but like in case you haven't met me, hi, I'm Ava, and all the things in my life go wrong. You know how I wanted to get my permit in January? It's now February, like in this story. February, I've been asking my parents for a month to schedule the appointment, but they got busy and I got busy. So we just never got the time to do it, which is very frustrating. But after work one day, my dad stopped down at the DMV and asked to make an appointment for me. And they said that he had to call and they gave him a number. February break comes around. February break was a very interesting time in itself, but that's a whole other story time. But during February break, they called to schedule my appointment to take my permit test. So my mom sits on hold for about like 45 minutes with the DMV. She's on the website. She's trying to figure out if there's like an easier way to do this, but she stays on the phone with the DMV. And as they pick up, she tells them that she's like calling to make an appointment, and they basically tell her that she called the wrong number and sat on hold for 45 minutes, which is really not fun. I actually did a story time on TikTok about this. If you don't follow me on TikTok, feel free. But yeah, if you saw that story, I was not happy that day. So my mom's really pissed, obviously, because she just sat on the phone for like an hour with these people to not even make the appointment, to just be like, oh, you have the wrong number, you have to call this, this, and this. That's like what this whole process was. It was like having to call a bunch of different people before getting to the finish line. It's like a quest. Like, you know, in The Sims, they have like quests or something. You have to go here, go here, go here, go here, go here before getting to the final destination. That's what this was like. So my mother finally calls the right place, and we finally schedule my appointment, and everything's set, and we're good. So the day comes for me to take my permit test, and I was stressing. With good reason, because this is a very like stressful thing. Like, I don't know why, but this freaked me out like a lot. Like school, where I could just fail this test and then like brush it off like it's nothing. It's like actually important. So I go in, I wait in line in the very long, annoying, crazy DMV line. I hate the DMV more than anything. Side rant. If I ever meet someone that tells me that they don't mind going to the DMV or they like the DMV, not gonna trust them at all.
Anyone who says that is a liar and a fraud.
The DMV is the worst place on planet Earth. If you believe in like dying and going to hell and all that, hell is probably the DMV. Anyways, back to the story. I'm standing in the DMV line for like 20 minutes before I finally get up to the counter. That's a very short amount of time for the DMV, but this was like 2 o'clock on like a Thursday, so I don't even know if that's like a busy time to be at the DMV, because like since COVID and everything, it's like less busy. It's still like kind of busy, but I went once before COVID for like something with my mom's like license. She was getting a new picture or something, and I went with her, and I was like 12-ish. It was packed with people. The DMV is a scary place. You see a lot of very questionable shit there. It's not fun. It's like a circus, but on crack. Anyways, I get up to the counter, give the woman all my information. I'm here to take my permit test, blah, blah, blah. Here's this, here's this, here's this. She's like, okay, go over to computer C. And I sit down and I take my test. Now, on this test, I figured that like I didn't need to study all the like alcohol questions because it just didn't seem that necessary. Like, I studied them, but I just didn't spend that much time on all of them because it didn't seem like the most necessary thing when you're driving a vehicle. You don't drink alcohol before you get in the car. That's all you need to know, right? No. So I sit down and more than half the questions are about alcohol. Cause like it just seems like common sense. You just don't drink alcohol before you drive. I second guessed myself the entire time, except for the ones that I knew. Like I was like, oh yeah, I know this answer. Until it got to the one with like blood alcohol content or some shit with like a number and a percentage. I will always remember the answer to that question. 0.08 is the answer. I picked 0.05. This makes me so mad. This is actually so sad. So to pass this test, you need like 14 questions right out of like 20, I think. And I didn't know how many I had right or wrong at this time, but I was very confident in my answer of 0.05, which now I know I'm a friggin' moron. The only reason I knew the answer to the question after, by the way, is because the number was written in another question that I had after this question. Why I knew that I was wrong. I need to finish the story because my camera's literally about to die. So I finished all the questions on my test. I'm like not that confident, but also a little bit, but also like, and I hit submit, and like, oh, this is all going through my head. I'm like, okay, my mom mom took forever to schedule this appointment. I really don't want to let her down and fail. I don't want to let myself down and be like, oh, I really thought I could do this, but I can't, even though I studied. What if I fail? I was like, okay, it's fine. You'll pass. You'll be good. I failed. So yeah, I failed. You want to know by how many points? I was one question away from passing. I would have had my permit the first time if I just answered the one question right. Do you know how frustrating that is? It's like, come on, you couldn't just give me a free pass like for the one freaking question. So my score was a 13 out of 20, which obviously is not good. So I go up to the counter. This is so sad. I go up to the counter to tell the lady that I failed. This was before I knew you could take it like twice in one day. So I was just like stressing. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna let everyone down. What the hell did I do? And I'm just standing at the counter like tearing up, like trying not to cry, holding back tears, just about to lose it. And my mom, I could see my mom and my brothers like in the waiting room like, and then I'm just like,
No, I didn't pass, I'm sorry.
And then my mom's like, yeah, you did. You're messing with me, sweetie. I'm like,
Mom, I didn't pass, I didn't pass.
This is all happening through eye contact conversations. And then the lady asked me if I wanted to take it again, and I said yes. And I was very shocked because I didn't know you could take it twice in one day. Like now I know that the limit is like 2 times a day if you're taking it and you have an appointment, but I didn't know that before, so I just thought I was screwed, but apparently not. I just want to mention that the lady at the counter was super nice. Like I always expected like DMV people to be like evil and like, you know, but this woman was the sweetest person on planet Earth. She deserves everything good in the world. She deserves everything that she's ever wanted in life. She was so sweet to me. She was like, okay, take a deep breath. You're fine. Just like, don't stress. We're gonna put you on a different computer. Maybe that computer had negative energy. I loved this woman. But yeah, she put me at a different computer and I retook the test. So this time I remembered the alcohol question and I answered it right. And by the time I was done answering all the questions and I finished the test, I was very, very, very hesitant to hit submit because I was terrified. Like that test is actually freaking terrifying. But eventually I gathered all my feelings and everything and I hit submit and I passed. Yeah. And this time it wasn't like some close score. I actually got a 17 out of 20, which was like maybe the first time I just had like weird questions. I don't know. They were all about alcohol and most of the ones on the second one were about alcohol too, but like these were things that I actually knew a lot better. Okay, my camera's dying, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But yeah, long story short, passed my permit test. Good for me. Anyways, that's all for this video. This is a very chaotic story. Sorry if it was like hard to follow at any parts, but it was a very interesting day. All right, well that's all for today's video. If you guys like this video and you want more story times from me, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and comment down below what other stories you want. Also, make sure you go follow me on all of my other socials. They're all at avamerceis. Right, and I want to get this done before my camera dies, so I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna go now. All right, I love you guys. Bye.